You guys, this video, I'm going to be discussing everything that we know about The Flash Season 9. Based off the Earth Prime comics, the teasers that we got. That's pretty much all we know. And also some casting. So if you guys enjoyed the video, throw them in down below, subscribe for new, notifications on. Let's get right into the video now. My last Season 8 video of The Flash will be up this Thursday, 2 days from right now, print time recording this. It will be a big video. And it's going to be my entire opinions over Season 8. So, you really want to watch that if you're watching my Season 8 content. It's going to be a good video. I know I talk about Season 8 and my opinions about it a lot. But I'm really going to be diving deep into Season 8 in my full-on opinions. Not just portions of the season, but all of it, pretty much. My full opinions about that. So, look out for Thursday. Or over the weekend, whenever you're busy, go and watch it. But nonetheless, we're going to focus on here and now. So, from the Earth Prime comics, we learned two things, more than likely three, if you really think about it, about The Flash Season 9. One of which is Bloodwork returning, which is 100% confirmed, because Eric Wallace even said himself that the Earth Prime comics are in fact canon to the Arrowverse. So what this could inevitably mean is that Bloodwork would in fact be a graphic novel, him returning more powerful than ever, because he leveled up, and he'll be returning and fighting Barry. Again, now I don't think we're going to go down the route of him being infected, or Barry having to be infected to stop him. I think we're going to actually have a full-on fight between Bloodwork and Barry, which I would rather prefer. I mean, don't get me wrong, the final fight in Season 6A was great, but you can tell it's a little bit rushed because we had to wrap up everything before Crisis. You know, because if they kept the Bloodwork storyline going through Crisis, especially Crisis with the Nurse, that wouldn't really work because all the timelines changed. So to say that Bloodwork would have been the same post-Crisis is different, right? At least in Season 6, if it just kept on going. But thanks to Eric Wallace and him knowing what he wants to do, he decided that would be smart to bring in graphic novels, which has inevitably made the show better than it's ever been in the past 8 years. Nonetheless, if Bloodwork does return, it would be a graphic novel. Do I think that would be an event? It could be. But we 100% know for a fact Bloodwork is returning Season 9. If he doesn't, then that's obviously due to time issues and the actor just not having time to. Eric Wallace said he talked to the actor. He didn't say where that direction went, but he did say he talked to the actor who played Bloodwork. And I'm sure he's open to coming back. I'm sure they would have talked to him and they wouldn't have put that tease in there. But obviously things can happen right before filming. We've seen that before on The Flash and other shows. So they might have a set in stone now. Things can change. But right now, Bloodwork 100% will be in Season 9 unless something randomly comes up. Well, it wouldn't be random. It'd be something to push it to where they couldn't bring him on. Another thing we know is that the Spectre will more than likely, this isn't 100% confirmed, but the Spectre will more than likely return in Season 9 to Flash. Here's why. Eric Wallace, again, as I said already, said the comics are canon. So, and Spectre plays some role in this new big bad that's bigger than anything they've ever faced before, and the Spectre's trying to prepare them for this new villain that's coming that they all have to fight together. Which would mean it's a pretty, that's a lot to comprehend, because we had to deal with the Monitor, the Anti-Monitor. While they were handled poorly in Crisis, those two were pretty powerful villains. I mean, the Anti-Monitor managed to wipe out an entire multiverse. Like, what the hell is more powerful than that? Darkseid? I would love to see Darkseid, by the way. I don't know how they're going to pull it off, but if they can pull that off, to have Spectre come back, Yeah. But also another thing that could be tying up or leading to, which I'll get into another tease for season 9, would be the Blackest Night graphic novel-ish, which would be something because Deathstone was part of that comic. He's part of the Black Lantern Corps, obviously. So it would be interesting to see. And also, Barry in that comic gets a lantern ring. He's a Blue Lantern. He gets a whole new blue suit and everything. I would love to see that in live action, but I don't know if that entirely work out. Eric Wallace doesn't even know if that can work out. But he is planting these little seeds. Doesn't mean it'll go anywhere. But if it does, at least we have these connections in previous seasons. It'd be pretty cool to look back and say, oh, Eric Wallace knew this is going to happen. But if it doesn't, it'd be like, okay, it could have happened. It didn't. It sucks. But we got something cooler, I guess, on some level. But whatever this threat is that the Spectre's back in 2049 with the Justice League in 2049, with Bear, Kara, Clark of Earth Prime, that's the man Lois Clark, screw Todd Helbing. Anytime I bring up Superman, I'm always going to say screw Todd Helbing. I don't care. I'm going to say it every single time. Todd Helbing's an idiot. I don't care. I have zero respect for Todd Helbing. But nonetheless, honestly, the Spectre coming back would be huge. And I think it'd bring in a lot of Arrow fans back who quit watching The Flash after a while. It'd bring back a lot of Flash fans, OG Flash fans. It'd just be refreshing to see Steven come back. Which is ironic, in a way, because Eric Wallace did mention, again, that he talked to Stephen Amell. Now, knowing Eric Wallace, he would not just put these teasers or tell the Flash writers who made those two issues, we got the Bloodwork teaser and the Spectre teaser, and this new big bad that's going to be the most dangerous one they've ever faced before, if they weren't sure that they both could come back. Again, there could be some time issues, especially with Steven while he's working on Heels, but if they time it right, it could work out very, very well. Now, this does go against what Steven wanted for Arrow Season 9. He wanted to return as the Green Arrow, as Oliver Queen, not specifically the Spectre. But this isn't Arrow Season 9. This is the Flash Season 9, which is kind of ironic again. But we're looking at the Flash Season 9. And if the Spectre's coming back, I just want Steven back. I don't care if it's Spectre or the Green Arrow. He's still Oliver freaking Queen. He's still the person that's starting the entire Arrowverse, multiverse, whatever. I don't care. But, which, in a way, if you think about it, I just saw this. Didn't our Oliver make Superman and Lois' world? So wouldn't that make it part of the Arrowverse? Just saying. I guess we forgot about that, didn't we? I forgot about it till now. But then that means every Earth is part of the Arrowverse, right? Because Oliver kickstarted it. He made these Earths. I have to do a full video about that now. I have to talk about that in a full video. That's actually like, holy crap. I just blew my mind on that. To the 10 people that are still watching this part of the video, don't be surprised if you see that in like a month. Me do a video over what I just brought up. I'm actually mind blown that I just thought of that. That literally means Superman Lois' world is part of the Arrowverse because Oliver made it. That world would not be possible without Oliver. God damn it. What the hell? That is so... Okay, I had to cut. My brain just exploded. I can't believe I just thought of that, too. Just so randomly just thought of that. Anyways... I'm actually proud that I thought of that, because now I'm going to bring it up everywhere and be like, yeah, this is screwed up even more than it was before. Nonetheless, sorry about that. Spectre coming back to season 9, it's a major possibility. Going to the third teaser, I'm still on that, I'm sorry, I can't get off it. But going to the third possible, it's not really confirmed as a teaser, but it very well could be. With these Earth Prime comics being canon to the Arrowverse, we could see Stargirl actually crossing over in the Flash Season 9. It's more likely now than ever. We knew these comics were canon crossover. I said this when I did those reviews. Stargirl's part of the Arrowverse. Thanks to those comics, thanks to Jay Garrick and 209 of that show. It is possible. But even now, after Eric Wallace's confirmation, I think it's fair to say it's even more likely now way more now that the Flash season 9 is really the last season. Let's get one more crossover. Do a Flash and Stargirl crossover. Do like what he did in season 2. Barry running even faster than ever before. He breaks that second dimensional barrier. Goes to Earth 2. Works with Stargirl. Teach her a few things. Be a mentor like he was to Mina. That was amazing. I think a lot of people, I think everyone loved that. Seeing Barry being a mentor. Let's have that with Stargirl. It's possible way more now, again, than ever. So having a Stargirl Flash crossover in season 9, The Flash, is very much so likely, even now, because of that. It's not really a tease, but it very well can lead to something if it's done well, which, if Eric Wallace thought of it, could be. Now, going to the show, in 8/20, we got 2 teasers for Flash season 9, one of which was a new Frost character. Now, someone in my Arrowverse Discord server, link in the description down below, brought up something very interesting to me that I want to bring up in a video earlier on. This new Frost character could be Crystal Frost, who in the comics was the first Killer Frost, and a cryokinetic scientist with a grudge against Martin Stein. As such, he frequently attacked the hero Firestorm. That last 2 things that I mentioned, obviously can't happen now, because Martin Stein is dead and Firestorm isn't even a thing anymore. But this could be a legitimately new Killer Frost, and they could put in Crystal Frost. They could do their own twist on like they do with most characters. But Danielle Panabaker would play the role pretty damn well, if you really think about it. She would. Now, Eric Wallace did tease, again, for this character, that they were going to put a voice modification over Danielle when she was saying that she's a friend, but she's not sure. There's going to be a voice changer in that scene, but they didn't put it in. Because I guess they're going to say that she hasn't fully formed yet. But this is someone new. This isn't Frost. This isn't Killer Frost. This definitely isn't Caitlin. This is someone new. This is a new Frost-like character. And it's not Hellfrost. So it's definitely a new character. I would really like to see Crystal Frost, because I don't know who else they can possibly do for that. At least with it being Caitlin and not someone new, which isn't possible right now. But I could very well see all this piecing together for some big storyline, obviously, but this is definitely a new character. I'm assuming it'd be Crystal Frost. I was kind of just putting things together, but I could very well see it being Crystal Frost, then putting their own twists on it and all that. Now, going into the last teaser that we got for season 9, which was that blue crystal thing that we got in 2049. This could be setting up the event that we learned from the Earth Prime comics, which the Spectre will be a part of, and all that, leading to that. This could be, Cobalt Blue. This, who would be the new Negative Speed-Force Avatar. Now, again, there's some time issues here, because it is in 2049, and the Earth Prime comics in 2049. But as they were showing that sphere glowing blue, Bear and Iris were talking about Negative Speed-Force Avatar. So, unless this new threat that the Spectre's worrying about, the reason he came back from the dead for the first time in 2049 to warn them that there's someone more powerful coming, Cobalt Blue could be that character. Let alone, if he is a new Negative Speed-Force Avatar, and knowing his powers in the comics, which is being able to take powers, you're going to need all hands on deck. It's not just Barry dealing with it. We have a league. We have Kara. We have Black Lightning. We have all of them at our disposal. Let's use them. Let's bring them into this fold. and stop him. That could be the event. That could be the main villain where the Spectre is pushed to come back because Cobalt Blue is too powerful for Barry to stop on his own. And it would be Barry's main threat. That could be another reason why Alfred just comes back alone, because he sees Barry not being able to handle all this on his own. No matter how powerful he is, Cobalt Blue is, at least in the comics, arguably more powerful than Barry ever will be. Ever. It's not lazy writing, it is purely ripped out of the comics. That being said, Cobalt Blue can be shifted and changed if he appears in season 9. I don't know if it's Cobalt Blue, I'm speculating, but it would make sense if it is, because this is a new speedster, it is in 2049, and if it's Cobalt Blue, which would seem the most likely option, he is pretty freaking powerful. I mean, you know, and also if you really think about it, I don't know if it's even impossible, but it's different than the comics. If you can take the Spectre's powers away, Oz would be the Green Arrow, right? You would change. Arrow season 9. It's a setup, right? Steven said he would only return to Arrow season 9 if the story is good and if he can return as Green Arrow, not just Spectre. If they do things differently than the comics, because in the comics, the Spectre cannot lose his powers only to the Spear of Destiny, which was a part of Legends Tomorrow Season 3, and I'm pretty sure it got destroyed, so that's out of the window. But if they do things differently than the comics, which the Flash has been known to do, and known to do it better, you bring in Cobalt Blue, you make him take the Spectre's powers on some risky level, you make it work. He's the Green Arrow again. He's still in Earth Prime. Arrow Season 9. 10 to 20 episodes. I would prefer 20 because, God Lord, I missed that show. But that could be a setup. It could really work. If you really dig into it, it could really work. I didn't even think about that till now. There's 2 things I didn't think about till now in this video that I can easily make 2 videos on. Why? This YouTubers being so, like, easy. Good Lord. Well, I don't get paid for it. I didn't get paid for YouTube. Good Lord. All the things I come up with in the middle of making videos. Good Lord. But yeah, that'd be something. I'd be very surprised if it does go down that route. But Cobalt Blue 100% seems like a major possibility now. Especially if it is the last season and all the fans wanting Cobalt Blue. And Eric Wallace obviously listening to the fans, even though he says he's not. With all the things that he's given us in the season 8. I could very well see all that going well in the good direction for the Flash. And not shifting and changing and all that. So I could see it playing out very well. It just depends on how it's done. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Had a lot in this video. Have a good day. Have a good night. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.